What's going on, people? Hello, hello, world. It is me, TDUB. Thank you and welcome to another live episode of Art of the Matter. Tonight, we will be premiering episode 12. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe we have made it this far. It's been an incredible journey. Thank you for going along with us. Yes, we're premiering episode 12 tonight. So make sure if you're watching live, you're in the comments. Let us know what you think. Let us know how you feel. Like, comment, and share the show. Let people know the Art of the Matter is by, for, and about artists and seeking to highlight the state of arts and culture from the artist's perspective. Yes? All good. Again, I'm your host, C-Dub. I want to thank you guys for being here with me. We have an amazing show tonight. We're going to start the show off after the break with the homies Harry Clean and Ari Glass of Paradise Avenue South. Yes, the boys are in the building. They are killing the game with the streetwear here in Seattle. So we're definitely going to tap in with them and see what else they got up their sleeves. Yes, it's going down. So yeah, start the show with them. And then of course we have our featured artist, my best friend, Breyahna Monet, in the building as well. We're going to talk about her episode, what she got going on in the art scene, tap in with the bestie, man. This is big. This is big for me because we're getting to that point where it's becoming more and more personal, right? So, it's going to be an amazing episode and I can't wait for you guys to see it. Yes. So before we get into all that fun stuff, I first want to let you guys know about a really dope show that's coming up at the VMC Gallery this Thursday, July 14th. The bro Afro SPK is premiering his show Comfort and Chaos. If you guys don't know Afro, he's been on the scene doing graffiti, doing the live stream, the Twitch thing for a good while here. He's holding it down in the virtual space, in the gaming space, the graffiti space, the pop art space. He's really doing his thing. So this show that's coming to VMC Gallery this Thursday is going to be absolutely amazing. Make sure you come through and check it out. Yeah? All right. Well, without further ado, we're actually going to take this moment to take a quick little break. And then when we come back, we're bringing in the bros, Harry Clean and Ari Glass of Paradise Avenue South. You are watching Art of the Matter Live.
Hey there, it's Trey Holiday. And of course, Besa and I had to take a trip back to Market Street Shoes to grab some items. They always know what to show us. And let me tell you, we both spent quality time to be sure we collected some amazing additions to our wardrobes. They have some of the most unique bags, shoes, and accessories. I mean, the whole shebang. It's always a good time when I get to shop with my girl Besa. Make sure you go check out Market Street Shoes, y'all, and you too can walk out with some dope gear.
The truth with proof, the truth with proof. If you nice with the sports, then he swooping through. He gon' highlight you. Ain't nobody live like us, fly like us. We gon' find you, put the city behind you. Let us know you got skills, we gon' be at a game. In the Northwest, we reppin' the city where it rain.
Hey guys, Besa Gordon here, and before heading to Belize, Trey Holiday and I had to make sure we linked up with our good friends over at Market Street Shoes to, of course, grab a few things for the trip. From bags to socks, shoes, sunglasses, earrings, and more. Before going on any trip, make sure you stop at Market Street Shoes. Trust me, you'll find just what you need to make your trip not only enjoyable, but fashionable.
The truth with proof, the truth with proof. If you nice with the sports, then he swooping through. He gon' highlight you. Ain't nobody live like us, fly like us. We gon' find you, put the city behind you. Let us know you got skills, we gon' be at a game. In the Northwest, we reppin' the city where it rains.
Yo, we are back. Art of the Matter Live, episode 12. Man, I'm super excited for you guys to see this next episode that's coming up here pretty soon. But before we do that, we're about to tap in with the bros, the guys, Paradise Avenue South, Harry, Ari. First, thank you guys for joining me in the studio. And how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Sweating. I don't know why I got pants on.
I know it's extra hot today. So yeah, it's a great day in Seattle. But yeah, thank you guys again for joining us in the studio. The people who have been watching this show or see me on Converge at any time, I'm more than likely rocking y'all's gear. Like the brand is strong.
Love.
The brand is strong.
Appreciate you.
So I definitely had to get you guys in here to, just hear the origin story of the brand and how you guys came together to do Paradise.
Yep.
Yeah, you want to start it off? The original.
The OG.
The original. Yeah, take us there.
It was like a photo studio in Georgetown.
Word.
It was like a busted ass photo studio, recording studio, and video studio. We rented out and had parties and stuff like that, and just work on music.
Yeah, we was recording in there too.
We was recording in there.
Nice.
We was doing like art shows, exhibitions, and all that. But eventually, we got like another spot.
Yeah. After a while, we're like, oh, there's another spot opening up.
Word.
And
we storefront.
It's a storefront.
Yeah, the one that you guys are at now.
When we're at right now, we're like, we could really focus on, because we at the old spot, we did a couple like little drops here and there.
Right.
It's more focused on like events and stuff, and like photos. But we're like, we could just like really go full crazy. Full marched out.
There you go. So the opportunity of getting your own storefront space is what kind of took the brand to the next level.
We were kind of just riding the wave, honestly. It wasn't really planned.
Right.
It just happened.
Yeah.
I wasn't even really trying to do clothes. He was doing clothes at first.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing clothes back in high school. At first, it was actually going to be like a Reverie store.
Right.
And then the homie Jordan, he's also part owner.
Word.
He ain't here right now, but he was like, bro, you guys might as well just call it Paradise. It's already booming.
Right.
Use that word or use that name.
Yeah.
And just hold or carry Reverie in there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
That's why. And you guys have definitely like done your thing when it comes to curation of the space. Like if you guys haven't been to the Paradise shop, you should definitely go check it out. It's right up there on Rainier on Mount Baker.
Yes, sir.
But, like the way you guys have it set up is just like quintessential. Like, and you obviously like, I don't know if you guys can see Harry's shirt here, but he's rocking one of the official pieces of merch.
Good
seven bus. Like, so
Good
if that
7.
gives you any indication as to what these guys got going on, like they are really, really repping the town and the South End specifically. So like, what does it mean for you guys to have a brand that's so strong and be repping the South End specifically so well?
I mean, it's just the culture,
Right.
We want to just big up, where we're from, make it so everybody knows this is like a special place, with special people, special personalities, special talents, and just, put it on display, not just here, but for everybody. We want to connect with people in other places of the America and places of the world. It's kind of like the South End is like a mix, so we want to link up everybody.
Real talk.
And it's like, it's kind of organic.
Right.
Yeah.
It ain't even supposed to be like a South End brand.
Right.
Yeah. It's like that, it's just who we are. Yeah.
Who we are.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much like paying homage to our neighborhood.
Real.
And we don't want to get boxed in.
Yeah.
Seattle brand. So we've been traveling a lot, just getting experience.
I peeped you guys was overseas doing the thing. Yeah. That's what's up. So speaking to that, traveling, trying to get your brand outside of Seattle, make sure you're repping, everybody who's just with the culture. What are your guys' plans with Paradise, if you have any?
Just keep being more consistent, or actually be more consistent.
Word.
We're supposed to be dropped.
Okay.
It's summertime right now. We still ain't dropped.
Okay.
So just trying to hone it in on that, focusing. We're doing a whole bunch of other stuff, like different projects. So we want to just sit down and just get it back together. We've been gone for a month.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So we're about to just do that, and then eventually just get it outside of Seattle.
Right.
We've been focusing on getting the city to rock with us.
Right.
And that's hella important.
Yeah, and it could be
easy to use our resources, like people we know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Get them gift care packages or whatever. We want to show the city love first.
Right.
And then when we start blowing, we're like, damn, I should have been copping.
Yeah. Should have copped early. That's the name of the game, especially with Paradise. Like, you guys' drops are definitely dope. And I noticed also Ari has a very, very fly shirt on. You guys are working on some film stuff a couple of days ago. I was peeping the IG. So you guys, it's not just about the wares. Like, you guys build a world because you also do the film. Mm-hmm. You know, you put together the super, super dope like promo materials, like always on point, you know. So it's like it's a world renowned brand already, but the fact that you guys you know have that so strong with the city, and like you said, like it's so important to get the city's like backing, you know what I mean? And it can be hard, especially when you're from here, you know.
You fall off and the city still got you.
Right.
This is some new shorts we're dropping too.
Oh yeah, those are fly.
Got the reindeer on
reindeers. Yeah, y'all ain't ready for that.
This is like a business we're about to start.
Right.
It's a side business.
The side business.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay,
see?
I'm always ready to do an audible.
Right.
Like, shit can change for me. I don't know if I can touch them.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not really scared of it.
Right.
Yeah. Shit can morph. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's the beauty.
One day is clothes. One day is videos. One day is music. One day is a podcast. One day is yeah. You know, it's a whole exhibit.
Real.
Yeah. We got an exhibit coming in the museum.
Man.
You know.
Oh, snap.
Yes. Shout out everybody at Wing Luke.
Cassie,
Jessica, whole team. Gavin holding it down.
Gavin was here, right?
Good deal. Good deal. Well, yeah, man. You guys see it here first. The boys of Paradise Avenue South, they are holding it down for the city, bringing us that quality merch, that quality drip that we need. So thank y'all for meeting you. I appreciate y'all. And definitely let folks know this camera right here where they can get a hold of you and hold of that drip.
You can pull up on us, 2919 Rainier Avenue South. We're open every Friday and Saturday. One day we'll be open every day.
Yeah. We're getting there.
Ben works on Fridays.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out Ben.
Yeah. We got an exhibition at Wing Luke.
August 18th. Yeah.
August 18th.
Mhm.
Okay.
Like 4 paintings.
Our paintings. We got this film.
Nice.
You can see all the things that we was doing out in Egypt, Cambodia, all around the world, man. Mm-hmm.
Boom. Appreciate you guys doing that and you know putting forth that effort for the city. We appreciate you. Most
Tap in paradiseworldwide.com.
IG Paradise Avenue South.
Boom. There it is. Harry Clean, Ari Glass. Thank you guys so much for being with me. Appreciate y'all. Yes. All right. That's it. Make sure you get up on that Paradise Avenue South and stop playing. If you're from the town, you have to have at least one piece. Like, come on, bro. In any event, we're going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, I'm tapping in with my best friend, Breyahna Monet. We're going to get into her episode 12 of Art of the Matter. It's happening right after this break.
Hey guys, Besa Gordon here. And before heading to Belize, Trey Holiday and I had to make sure we linked up with our good friends over at Market Street Shoes to, of course, grab a few things for the trip. From bags to socks, shoes, sunglasses, earrings, and more. Before going on any trip, make sure you stop at Market Street Shoes. Trust me, you'll find just what you need to make your trip not only enjoyable, but fashionable.
The truth with proof. If you nice with the sports, then he swooping through. He gon' highlight you. Ain't nobody live like us, fly like us. We gon' find you, put the city behind you. Let us know you got skills. We gon' be at a game. In the Northwest, we reppin' the city where it rains.
What's going on, folks? We are back. Art of the Matter, episode 12, live show. Man, I, for one, am super excited to get into this episode. But before we do, let me introduce you to my best friend, our featured artist, Breyahna Monet. What up?
What's going on?
What's up, best friend?
What's going on, best friend?
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
we've been having a super fun day and weekend together, just getting in preparation for this episode. Breyahna lives in Tacoma, so she'll come through, spend a night like the old times. It's great. Even though we're in our 30s, we still have spend a night parties,
Snacks,
and
movies.
snacks. Yes. Yeah, man. So, Bree, let the people know a little bit about you and what you do.
So, by trade, I'm a barber. I've been doing that for 11 years.
Heard.
But more in the last 3 years, I've been doing art and murals. I paint on canvas, and then I like to play video games and pet my dogs.
Yes, very much about
Yes.
the petting of the dogs.
Yes.
Betty loves you, by the way.
I love to give Betty pets.
Yeah, man. So, we're about to get into your episode, and, we talked about a lot of stuff, and I feel like, with regard to our friendship and how it's evolved over the years, I really appreciate the fact that we've been able to evolve our ability to converse with each other on deeper levels.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because, like, it's important, so we've had a lot of really in-depth conversations, but this episode is a testament to that, right? Like, we got into some real deep stuff, and this is like one of the first times that you've been able to like speak to some of the stuff that's been going on with you. So how did that feel?
Crazy.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Because people know stuff, but it's like a very small circle of people know how I got to this,
Right.
what I've been through to get to this,
Right.
and all of that. So it's kind of like nerve-wracking that it's
Yeah.
like gonna be a public thing, and now everybody will know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Everybody will know forever.
because the internet is forever, and I'm
The
fine
internet
with
is
that. That's
forever.
okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool. It's cool. You know,
Yeah, definitely.
origin stories matter.
It's real. Very true. Very
Mhm.
true. And this is what this is. So super excited for you guys to see this episode. Before we get into it, obviously, Breyahna, you have not seen it yet.
Mm-mm.
Do you have any last words?
I don't know nothing, man. I'm excited to see it. I don't know. I've been nervous about it since we filmed it because I want to see it now.
Yeah, we're about to see it right now. Yes, let's get into it. Art of the Matter, episode 12. Oh wait, before we get into it, I forgot. I always say this. I have to make sure I say this. I subtitled the episode, so your episode is subtitled "The Art of Resilience," and that for me, it spoke to where you've been and where you've gotten given your journey. So.
Yep.
Had to let you know that.
Okay, sounds about right.
Yeah,
Come on,
Okay, now we can get into the episode. Episode 12 coming at you right now.
That one of the artists did like a head, like a mannequin head, and it had like rollers, like roller set, and a bunch of curling irons.
Right.
And I said, I can do any kind of art I want. I said, hold on, wait a minute. I said, hold up, art is like everything. I said, wait.
Yeah.
I could do whatever I want. I said, oh no, we about to make this happen.
Okay, good shit, man. This is dope.
Yeah.
This is dope. We out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
We're here. Art of the Matter, episode 12. Gotta get into it on my best friend in the whole world.
That's what I'm talking about.
Breeze.
Yeah. Yeah.
How long have we known each other? What do you remember about us meeting?
I remember Gavin coming to the house like there's some really mean kids up the street. I was like, what are you talking about, bro? I was like, my grandma doesn't even let me go that far up the street anyway, so who cares?
It's 2 houses away, mind you.
I couldn't cross that street though, so I don't know. And then it was a while. It was a little like, I don't remember how exactly. And it didn't really click to me until I seen that that one of the artists had did like a head, like a mannequin head, and it had like rollers, like roller set and a bunch of curling irons.
Right.
And I said, I can do any kind of art I want. I said, hold on, wait a minute. Like, I said, hold up, art is like everything. I said, wait.
Yeah.
I could do whatever I want. I said, oh no, we about to make this happen.
Well, Tay, good shit, man. This is dope.
Yeah.
This is dope. We out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
We're here. Art of the Matter, episode 12. Gotta get into it on my best friend in the whole world.
That's what I'm talking about.
Breeze.
Yeah. Yeah.
How long have we known each other?
What
do you remember about us meeting?
I remember Gavin coming to the house like there's some really mean kids up the street. I was like, what are you talking about, bro? I was like, my grandma doesn't even let me go that far up the street anyway, so who cares?
It's 2 houses away, mind you.
I couldn't cross that street though, so I don't know. And then it was a while. It was a little like, I don't remember how exactly we started like playing, but I know it had to be like about 7.
Yeah. Wild.
Yeah.
We held it down on 51st.
Yeah.
At somebody.
Yes.
Real
you ain't
talk.
lying.
But man, so did you consider yourself an artist at that time when you were a kid? Like,
No way.
was that even anything that kind of crossed your mind?
No.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I used to doodle, if you will, but not anything that I thought was worth anything.
Right.
Not way back then. I think I didn't really even explore that remotely until high school.
Right.
And I got out of that class pretty fast. So I always kind of wanted to know the concept of painting, but I wanted to paint what I wanted to paint with that concept.
Right.
So
Right. And if you haven't picked up on it yet, big Virgo energy. I think it's one of the things that I love about you, have come to love about you, because I can definitely say, you know, when we first moved into the neighborhood, there was definitely like some sizing up that happened for a little while. And then I think we finally found like a common interest, and it was like, all right, cool. We were just kind of been best friends ever since. But definitely like very strong-willed, very like to the point, please and thank you. Like,
yeah, I don't really like the fluff and the beating around of the bushes.
Real talk. Like, what other ways do you think that you were finding creativity at that time? So I know you did marching band, so.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really look at those things as arts. I didn't really look at those things as marching band was my way of going to the game.
Boom.
So I didn't have to ask a parent.
Right.
I was like, oh, we get to all the games, basketball, football, and we swindled our way into volleyball. Right. We was at everything because all my friends could, but my mom, she was like, no, you're not going. Who's picking you up? Who's taking you? I don't want to go through all that.
Right,
I'm just not coming.
I need some adventures in my life.
Right. So, but I mean, marching band was great. I can't read music. So I do think it's kind of crazy how far I got in that short period of time in marching band. Because Garfield Drumline, somehow I got into not orchestra, but concert band. Which was like, why am I here?
Right.
I cannot read music. So I'm over here on the temps. That's the 4 drums. And so every day, another girl named Amy would come in and tune them to what they were supposed to be on.
Right.
Then I would play it, but I didn't understand how to read the thing to tune it. So as long as it already had the notes on there, I could play whatever. But me tuning it or me reading it off of that sheet, it's over.
It's like some drumline shit.
Yeah, honestly. But I almost went to Grambling for it, so that would have been kind of cool. But Hurricane Katrina, so no, not really. It was the same year, so my mom said no.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the story of my life. So a lot of the things that I ended up being a part of was just to have those freedoms to say, oh, and this is cool, and then I play some music along the way, and that was tight.
Real. You didn't study art in college either.
No.
Yeah. Because I feel like, most of the people that I've talked to thus far have like a very clear, solid line of like, I've been doing this since I was 2. And it's like, but I always want to like feature people who, come to it in different ways, come to their creativity in a different way.
College was more of a rebellion thing than I think anything else. And then being young and thinking that you know something that your parents don't.
Right.
So when my mom told me I didn't need to go, I was kind of like, what do you mean I don't need to go to college? Haven't you seen the numbers? I have to go to college to make money. Don't you know?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
real.
But she's steadily telling me like, no, you don't. You know what I mean? You can do all these other things. And I'm like, just halt. I know I need to go to college.
Right.
So I have a computer electronics engineering degree that is somewhere in the house. Because once I got to the graduation, I said, I'm never touching this degree. I'm not going into this line of work. I can't see that happening. Very much like strange, you know what I mean? I went to ITT Tech, which I could still, they're a whatever kind of school, but I could appreciate it because it was to the point. I didn't have a bunch of random classes that didn't have anything to do with my degree.
Right.
And that was cool, but I graduated and they were like, you can go to Schlumberger, and my mom was like, no, you can't. So that was that. Because they wanted to send me to like Italy for 2 years or Afghanistan for 2 years. That's how they work. So you go to 1 of 3 places and they'll train you on the job. She was like, I'm not feeling that. You ain't even never lived outside the house.
Right.
I said, okay, fine. Over time, I've had a couple different jobs and I held them down. I was working at Sprint and I was like, I don't think retail is for me. I'm not that friendly.
Yeah.
And talking to all these people is just like wild in a day. And I wasn't really feeling the fact that you want so much to help, but there's so many constructs that you can't. And I was like, I'm out of here. I'm not doing this anymore. And I had sat in a barber shop with Caden. I took him to get his hair cut, and I was sitting there and I overheard this guy like, yeah, man, I just bought my wife a new van. We on our 4th kid. We got a new house. And I'm sitting there like, how? I had to ask. I said, man, I ain't even trying to be in y'all business like that.
Right.
But how on earth do you afford that lifestyle, cutting hair? I didn't understand how the money worked.
Right.
He made it very plain. He was like, well, every time somebody gets up, that's $25, $30 in your pocket. And I said, oh, okay. And I started counting. I'm like, wow, this guy's made quite a bit of money since we've been sitting up in here for a long time, might I add.
Right.
And I was like, So I hit up my guy, my mom's friend, Earl Davis. I said, hey, man, tell me something about this barbering you speak of. Because he was trying to convince me at the time. I was cutting my own hair, so he was like, you should just go to barbering school. And I was like, who wants to cut hair, bro? I said, help me with a job. I called that man up so quick after that conversation in the shop, though.
Yeah.
He took me out here, because I went to barber school out here at Bates. So he took me out here. I met the teacher. The classroom was a barber shop. I dragged Jarrell. I said, man, you got to come out there with me to Tacoma, bro. I got to fill this paperwork out.
Right.
Did it. Started school like that next spring, and that was a 9-month program. 5 years in the shop I first was at. Now I've been in my own for three and a half.
Yeah.
That's how that path went.
Man.
It's been 11 years now, barbering. And at this point, I'm like, I'd rather just do art. But even like getting to that, got the DUI in 2018, house arrest for 45 days, And I just remember thinking, I don't really know too much about house arrest, but I think I gotta be in here, like in here.
Yeah.
So I should find something to do. Jennifer takes me to Ross. I spent like $120. You know, they got the packs of canvases.
Right.
I got the little, you know, they give you every basic color in a pack of really cheap little paintbrushes. That was it. I was like, this is it. I'm just gonna paint the whole 45 days.
Yeah.
And then I know we talked and you were like, what have you been up to? I was like, painting. And you're like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. And the next time we talked, I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna do like this raw artist thing. And you're like, yeah. I was like, yeah, they're gonna do like this whole thing, and I gotta sell these tickets. And you're like, how many paintings do you got? I was like, man, I think like 35. And you're like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah, what's the problem? What's the problem right now?
Bro, what are you doing over there? You're just cranking out fucking collections? Like, what?
I just thought that was normal as fuck. Like,
yeah, it's not.
I thought that artists sat in their studio cranking out paintings. That was what I thought they did.
Right.
Straight up.
Not all artists. Some do. Not all.
I was mind blown to find out that they didn't.
Yeah.
I was also mind blown to find out that people sketched what they paint before they paint.
Yeah.
So the whole thing was just kind of like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's literally how I started painting. And I want to say that following summer is when you did the
BLM
Black Lives Matter mural, because that's how these things rolled out. So I remember laying in my bed and you're like, dude, we're about to do this mural, and I'm like, yeah, man, that's tight. And I'm like, dang, I wish I could get down there, but my car is like toast. I don't know how I would get down there to see this happen. I'm not even including myself in this whole conversation. I'm not thinking that this is like my time to shine. I'm thinking like, this is so tight that you're about to do this mural.
Right. And I'm like, you've been painting, come paint. Like,
no, bro. I was that just went straight over my head. So, you know, the next morning I get up, like literally the next morning, and there's already like lines on the ground. And at this moment, I'm like, what? It just, things happen for a reason. And then that next time something came up, because I was like, well, regardless, I still want to do a mural.
Right.
And the next time something came up, you were just like, yo, there's this dude named Chris. He's in Tacoma. He's looking for somebody to help on a mural. I'm like, all right, hook it up.
And
then that was its own experience in itself, which was just still kind of like, everything in this journey has been kind of like, what? You know what I mean?
Right.
Because
to go from the 45 days to the raw show to, you know, doing the trees and doing the thing, and then you're doing a mural in memoriam of Manny Ellis.
Yes, it was. I didn't know how big of a deal it was for the community, and that also let me know, or shed light on, how closely related art is to real world matters.
Right. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Having done this, how do you feel about like the conversation that's going on around the world when it comes to police brutality and people losing their lives in this fucked up ass way?
I don't know, man. You know, I just feel like it's unfortunate sometimes that we're in this era, because where our parents grew up, there's always been police brutality, right?
Right.
But there was a point when the police were on the streets with you. And I do think that makes a huge difference. When you know the officer knows you, the officer knows your family, they know your children, and it was more of a, I know you, and I know this isn't what you're supposed to be doing, so let me take you home. But because of the separation between the police and the people, you got two scared people. And I don't give a fuck what two things you put together. If they're both scared, you're not gonna get anything good out of that.
Real.
We can't both be scared. Somebody gotta not be scared. And if the police are scared and you're scared, well, now somebody's dead. The coldest piece that I've come to the conclusion of, I watch a lot of law shows. And I'm a firm believer that the things that we get to watch on television convey something in our real lives, whether you want to believe these parts of the shows or not. There's underlying truths to them.
For sure.
And a lot of the things that I see is it's a camaraderie. The cops knows the DEAs, that know the FBI, that knows the damn judge, that knows the prosecutor, that knows the lawyer. And they are all cool.
Yeah.
And it's very much so don't do that again. I got you this time, but I'm not going to do it next time.
Right.
I don't give a damn if it's TV or not. If you don't believe that that kind of shit is true to any degree, you're out of your mind. But even you know me, I'm going back, I'm watching all these 70s movies, 60s movies, and even back then, the cops knew the gang members, the drug dealers, the pimps, you knew the hoes.
Right. Yeah.
You don't know nobody.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
That's a huge problem.
That's a problem.
Yeah. You can't expect to be able to do anything without knowledge of what you're doing. You know,
or your neighborhood,
or your surroundings. And if you stuck in a motherfucking car, you don't step outside of that shit, clearly you feel afraid, you know, and so you're gonna act accordingly. So you did the Manny Ellis mural, and then what?
Did the Manny mural. Then we did the Design the Hill mural.
What was
That's
that?
on the outside of the building.
Right.
I did it in here. That was about a 4-day span, maybe, give or take.
Yeah.
And that was the first mural I did alone, from beginning to end.
Right.
And again, here's me and Chris just standing outside, like, oh, they're gonna put this up, and I had to paint the corner of the building, and that was my task. Do that, and I'm gonna paint the corner of the building. I was like, tight, no big deal. And we're standing out there and we're looking at it. And he was like, don't you think it would be cool if we did the whole building? I was like, wouldn't that be kind of cool? I painted this whole building in 6 days by myself. And and saying it is wild. Doing it was kind of, it's all very much so like I didn't do it, like it never happened. Even still, I've drove up to this building many times and I still feel like, man, ain't no way I painted this.
Literally.
Ain't no way.
Yeah.
But I definitely did.
Yeah.
It took me 6 straight days. I was up here at about like 6 a.m. and I would stay until it started to get dark and strange outside, and I went to the house, and 6 days I was done with this entire building.
The process, the journey of making a painting, to go from a blank canvas to a finalized canvas, is a journey every time you do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to like relearn yourself every time you make a painting. So if along that journey you start questioning or doubting or wondering, worrying about what other people will think or what other people are going to feel or how they're going to react or how they're going to respond, then you've lost yourself.
Yeah, you already lost, bro.
You know? So again, another testament to just who you are, because throughout the whole thing, it's about you.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when it's done, Breyahna's happy.
Yep. yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I hear so many things that surround that same kind of bubble, right? Like, when I did those mushrooms, people was like, I can't believe you did that.
Right.
And I was like, why, bro?
Yeah.
And they're like, I mean, they're high. And I'm like, what's the problem? Because art's art, right?
Yeah.
Or is it not?
Right.
So if I did a porcelain piece of dog shit, are you going to be like, I can't believe that because it's dog shit? Or, I mean, because mushrooms being high, they're high, bro. You know what I'm saying? And but the story behind them isn't something like, yeah, one time I ate shrooms while I was on the couch messed up and I just thought I should go do it here. No. You know what I'm saying? I did the shrooms because I did them because I looked into them medically.
Right.
This is how this came about. Once I got the DUI, I learned about the depression. I didn't know I was depressed, and then I'm like, damn, dog, but this is clearly an ongoing thing. This isn't stopping.
Right.
And I don't want to be on no crazy pills. I've seen people on these pills, and they're terrible. I don't want to do that. There has to be an alternative to like offset this chemical imbalance that your brain has when you stop drinking.
Right.
I got introduced to them, and at first I was kind of like, man, this, I don't know, you know, but it wasn't a let's get high thing. And I think that's where that whole thing derived, because I was just kind of like, I'm gonna put them in stuff because people don't know.
Yeah.
And they don't know.
Right.
Not drinking is crazy. You think it's all good when you're doing it for so long, but your body is getting thrashed in the process.
Yeah.
And you don't know any of that damage until you stop.
Right.
And it's crazy.
Yeah.
So to have something that was natural to help you just not get stuck in these I don't even know. It's like being in a like real ditch, and from the outside it doesn't even look like there's a problem. But there is a problem.
Yeah.
You're not moving. You're not doing anything.
Yeah.
You didn't eat. You didn't really get up. You could have took a shower. You sat right back down in the same place.
Right.
For hours.
Yeah.
So I just think it's something that a lot more people should know about. You know what I mean?
Very
Versus
true.
like weed is weed. Weed will always be weed, but weed doesn't solve everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been an amazing journey
Mhm.
for sure. And
Crazy
you know,
time.
I feel like we both had to deal with in our own separate ways and collectively, you know, people having substance abuse issues around us, you know, and there's no class to teach you as a child or as a best friend or as a partner how to deal with somebody who is you know, going through that, you know. So I am just so thankful that you made it, you know.
It's been three years and some months.
Yeah,
Crazy.
very real.
Coming from where we came from, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
But I'm always so happy to hear like other homies stop drinking too, because we really went hard.
We definitely
So,
went hard. We definitely went hard.
I'm always like, yeah, look at my
Yeah.
other homies. Oh, they did it. Y'all
Yeah.
made it out.
Yeah.
Because that week we partied hard.
We definitely
There's
did.
no doubt, and I wouldn't change any of that because I had great times. But at the same time, like I'm glad that I found a way to survive without it.
It's so elusive. So the fact that you were able to do that is just, again, a testament to who you are. And that's why I wanted you on the show. Yeah. You're my best friend.
Yes.
I love you so much.
Love you too, man.
We've been in it for a minute.
Long time.
Yes. And we are going to continue to do dope shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Big stuff.
Big things.
Yeah, it's coming for sure.
These hands bear fruit and witness through muscle and memory to that which cannot be taught. Passing down the blueprint of flowers and wringing waters from the root, bringing nourishment to the masses. There is no grade that can attain the heat that we sustain. A path unclear to most, and still we press on. We flip survival into revival again and again. Be reminded of where you come from, for life is the foundation of every generation.
The truth with proof, the truth with proof. If you nice with the sports, then he swooping through. He gon' highlight you. Ain't nobody live like us, fly like us. We gon' find you, put the city behind you. Let us know you got skills, we gon' be at a game. In the Northwest, we reppin' the city where it rain.
Yo, we are back. that was episode 12, you guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comments how you guys are feeling about that episode. You know, we tapped in with a lot of different subject matter with Breyahna, and we're about to, you know, get her reaction now. How you feeling, Bree?
Oh, that was nuts. That was nuts.
Have the nerves subsided now that you've seen it and you've heard it and you felt it?
I just want to say, like, shout out to the guy who filmed it.
Brady, shout out Brady Mac, my guy.
The colors that he captured on the building and the Manny mural are insane.
Yeah,
like straight up. So, first and foremost, but it that's a lot. That you know what I mean? That was intense. I don't even know words.
Yeah, no, it's real. It's real, and that's why I like to get the reactions because, like, you know, it's raw and it's real, and what we talked about was very raw and very real, you know. So
yeah,
I think it's important, and it's like, you know, your story is one that I'm sure people can relate to.
Yeah,
I'm positive of it, you know. And, you know, we talked about at the very end, like, you know, when it comes to substance abuse, like there's no training on how to help a person through that, you know. So I can recall, like, when you were going through that, I was trying to figure out how to be there, you know. So
I had, you know, a couple people come back and be like, I don't really know how to be here for you.
Right.
In what way do you need me to be here for you?
Right.
And I'm like, I have no idea, bro.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is just being there.
Right.
You don't really have to do anything. You know what I mean? But then people aren't comfortable. They don't know the right or wrong things to say.
Right.
You know, so it does take some time. But those who, you know, stick around, it's like greatly appreciated.
Definitely,
you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Yeah. And the fact that you know, managed through all the things that you've been through, you know, with, you know, we talked about the music, we talked about, you know, family stuff, like, you know, bowling, all that, like, to the fact that art became therapy for you in that time, you know, again, it's just like art, like, we need it, people, to America. Like, we need it. We need to be able to think creatively about the regular things that go on in our lives. You know, art is a world within which you can take your things and find creative ways to deal with them and bring them out of that, you know. And I like Kayla Bailey, her episode, like, true testament. She's trying to figure out how to get through the writer's block. She started painting and then she started writing, you know. So for you, you know, with all the stuff that you had going on, you started painting, and now, you know, it's real.
It's very real.
Yeah.
And it's cool to be able to, I think a lot of people don't know what outlets really are.
Right.
So when they think of things like that, it's not coming across as this is going to be something that'll help me with something way over there.
Right. Real.
But I always tell people, just do stuff, man. Just do stuff. Like, you don't need any validation to do stuff. Just do the stuff and then see what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I love the story of how you came to that understanding of art is anything you want it to be. You know? It's just like mind blown. And then you're like in it, you know. People come to that realization at different times in their own special ways, but the fact that episode of of She's Gotta Have It was like the thing that sparked, because you never know what will be the catalyst for, you know, your world changing.
To know that you could do whatever you want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that? Somebody, one of them cats got a saying, I don't know if it's Michael Jordan and it could be Nike, but they just be like, oh, you can do whatever you want. You can grow up, be whatever you want. But it's like, when you really realize that, that's a whole nother story.
Right.
When you're just like, yo, wait, I literally can do whatever I want. Take off. That's it.
Fully.
Yeah.
Rocket ship.
Yeah, rocket. You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys saw it in the episode. The ways in which Breyahna came to her art was, you know, she went to Ross, bought a kit, you know, and next thing you know, she's making paintings. But I know a lot of people that we've actually interviewed on this show have, you know, went to school, you know, but now you've actually had an opportunity to visit a school. And so given how you learn how to do art and what you've seen from the finest institutions in America, how does it compare?
Oh my, what? Yo, okay, hold on. So the comparison, I don't know. I don't want to compare it.
Right.
But I'ma say you can literally do whatever you want, family. Like, because the things that I seen at Yale, I would have never you expect things. You expect to see certain things.
Right.
And then I was still taken back, like, yo, wait, this is different than what I imagined once again of what art is. There were pieces that I was just like, is this a purposeful thing, or is this what's happening here? You know what I mean? And but that's still, it's all art, right? Because it gets you going. You're wondering what's happening. You're asking questions, and it was a different experience, and it was definitely one where, like, if I ever wondered about going to school for art, I wouldn't be afraid of it.
Right.
Put it like that, because there's no, I'm already doing this, I can definitely do that.
Right.
It doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know
life.
what you mean. Thug life. Yeah. It's real. It's real.
For real.
Yeah. That's super cool. Well, you know, we didn't get to touch on it a lot in the episode, but I did want to ask you while you were here just about process, because I know, you know, like we just said, like there wasn't, it wasn't taught, it was found, right? So can you tell us a little bit about like your process when you have like a blank canvas and you want to make something? How does that happen for you?
You know what's crazy is it all happens fairly fast. I paint paintings really quick is what I learned. The longest part of my process is getting my snacks. Because you gotta have snacks.
Got you.
I like to make sure that my music playlist is already rigged up and ready to go. You know what I mean? And I like to be kind of like in my own little corner too.
Yeah.
So I make sure all that feng shui is good.
Right.
And then you know, put down my my primer. And I like to the longest part of my process is sitting there waiting for the primer to dry. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna paint this. Pow, 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 pow. Done. And you know what I mean? And it's just like, dang, you did that quick. I just thought you said you was gonna start it. I was like, I did start it.
And I finished
and
it.
I'm done. Like, you know what I mean? It's not a long process. Right. I don't really I just started to put some squiggles down before I get started, but I usually only do that to make sure that whatever I'm painting is in the right space on the canvas. Boom. After that, it's all go. I don't even, you know, because how you gonna know if I made a mistake? You know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna like paint it, and that's kind of it. When I was living in Federal Way and I had first started, I'd make sure I would turn on my favorite thing to watch while I'm painting is Meet the Browns, the play.
Word.
I watched it every time. I'm in there singing the song, you know what I'm saying, and get my paint on. That's just what I did, you know.
Just that one.
Just that one.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. So process is very like, I'm kind of like one of those creatures of habit. Like it's probably not going to change no matter where I live or however I get started on a canvas piece is the same. And mural pieces, I'm so used to just like, oh yeah, what colors? Tight. And it'll be delivered. Oh, and we're starting, and that's it. There's no. I'm not preparing. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not calling for no help.
Right.
I'm just gonna do it. Like,
just do it.
So used to doing things by myself that it's not something that I'm looking for as help or assistance. Right. So I'm so just. That's just how I roll.
Get it. But it'll be interesting to see how you incorporate collaboration at all in that process. Yeah. Is that something that you're interested in?
It's happening. I'm doing a project starting this week with Dion in Tacoma at Tolson Plaza. It's her project, and I'm going to be the helper on there with her, but it's only us two, so I'm the lead artist on the project.
Nice.
And that is going to be like the closest I've worked with somebody on a mural like that. Because I did work with I worked with Chris, I worked with Adika, and then I worked with David on the Manny mural.
Right.
So, but we all had separate tasks. So it'll be interesting to see like how this one plays out, because that'll be the first time I'm like, shoulder
side
to shoulder.
By side.
Like
Yeah. Definitely looking forward to that piece from you guys for sure.
Yes.
It's gonna be tight.
Yes.
It's gonna be tight. You actually, what you guys saw in the episode, we sat down with you at your studio space at Design the Hill, which was I think like a store that they just turned into an open space. It's got the dance studio in there. It's like multi-purpose kind of space. How important is it for you to have space to make your art?
Man, 100%. We had the condo, which I had a whole separate room to create. And now we're in the house where it's like, I don't really want to paint here just because I don't have that same cubby-like feel. So like an artist space is that I didn't even know, you know what I mean, that I needed something like that. But to have a space where you can just go and do whatever on the biggest canvas that you can make, that's like huge because it allows for my creativity to not be stifled.
Yeah.
If I'm in a house or if I'm in a room, I got to worry about the floors. I got to worry about this, that, and the third. So now it's like when I get my own space, I know exactly like bone dry. I want the concrete. I don't want to worry about none of that.
Yeah.
Just give me walls.
Splattering paint everywhere.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I love it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Very important.
Good deal. Good deal. And I know that, obviously painting was kind of where you started with the art, but I know you've been diving into drawing, and I've heard some things about some charcoal. Ooh. Obviously, I don't know, you guys saw in the episode those amazing pieces of glass, like next freaking level. And I know you got more of that glass stuff coming. Like, what other types of mediums do you want to get into with the art?
So I would shout out to the homie Erica, because that's who kind of helped me navigate drawing.
Word.
Once I figured out that people drew their paintings first, essentially, I was just like, yo, I feel like I'm missing out on something. So in order to understand different depths and things, that's why I got into drawing. And that was only like I've only been drawing for months, but the glasses is another medium that I think is really cool. But personally, I want to be able to build things like Martyr Sauce.
Right.
I want to be able to
installations.
I want to, because I have all these, I like to use my hands, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I would love to make my mushrooms into physical things outside of glass that are like big. You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to make things. Yeah. And we already know I could paint it. So that's nothing, but I want to make actual stuff.
Pieces.
Yes.
Okay.
That's that's my next adventure.
Dope.
So cat's out the bag.
Cat's out the bag, folks. You heard it here first. Art of the Matter. We're getting them exclusives.
Man.
Good deal. Well, yeah, I think we're about to get close to winding down. I want to say, obviously, thank you so much, Bree, for sharing your story with us, with the community. It's super important. I know it was important for me to be able to talk to you and rap with you and get that solidified in that way. So thank you again for sharing.
I appreciate you having me, allowing me to tell this story. I always feel like really grateful because I'm such a newer artist. I'm like, you see all these stories and they're all like so solidified in the game. It's just like I'm just here, it's my first time here, y'all, you know what I mean? But it's like it's time to be able to tell the story before things go crazy, because they're gonna go crazy.
Yeah, before she blow up, we get that first dip, hit this camera right here and let people know how to find you and your art.
Breyahna Monet Paints on Instagram, and then BreyahnaMonet.com is where my artist resume is. So if you want to see like really specific things or the work that I've done, it's all laid out on there.
Boom, holler at her. She's about to take over. All right. This is it. That was the show. Yay. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. This is our second to last episode. So next episode will be happening July 25th. And I am so excited to bring you guys this episode. You have no idea. I'm gonna keep it on the wrap for a little bit longer. I think I'm gonna just keep this one for a second because it's gonna be very, very special. But look for that promo when it comes out. Yes. So our finale episode is happening July 25th. Did you want to say something?
Shout out to my mom. It's her birthday today.
Shout out, Carrie. Happy birthday, Mom. Appreciate you for bringing this one into the world. Yes.
And not naming me Ashley, because I think Breyahna is very fitting. Just
saying. Yeah. Thank you also. Because, best friend named Ashley. Yeah. Okay. So yes, this has been Art of the Matter episode 12. I want to thank you guys again for joining us. Make sure that you get in touch with us. Let us know about the art things that are going on in your city, your neighborhood. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram at Art of the Matter. You can also find me on Instagram at TDUB Customs. Tap in with us. Let us know what's going on in your world of art. And then until next time, I've been TDUB. Stay creative.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.